Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm super excited to share with you this video because it's not like my other videos. This is not a review video, but instead I want to share with you a little bit of the highlights from my trip all the way to Garmin in the US, their headquarters specifically in Kansas. Now today in Malaysia, I think most of you might be aware of the brand Garmin as those guys who makes the smartwatches, especially for runners, professional runners. But during my trip there, I actually found out that they've been doing quite a fair bit of stuff, things that you might not imagine or things that you might not even be aware that is actually made by Garmin. So in today's video, we're going to go over a couple of cool stuff and just see like what Garmin has been doing. It's their 35th year anniversary, by the way. So they've been around for quite some time, but yeah, let's just jump into the video very quickly. Now, first and foremost, to make this video super easy to understand, basically Garmin operates in 5 key areas. Now this includes fitness, outdoor recreation, aviation, marine, as well as auto OEM, which is actually my favorite part. So let's just start off very quickly with the fitness. Now for the fitness, again, like I said, a lot of you are aware of the Garmin smartwatches. Now these are actually very precise kind of smartwatch, and even after trying the Garmin smartwatch, I realized that they've actually been doing things a bit different. Now Garmin's focus here is basically on making the user understand their body better. For instance, there is the health age, body battery feature, which are all unique to Garmin. And just in case you're wondering, they actually have a couple of different ranges. For example, the Venue is for those who want a sleeker look, whereas the Forerunner, which is actually what I'm using right now, is actually focused on those people who wants to improve their runs. So there's even the Instinct series, which is for outdoor users, and this actually brings us to our next category, which is all about outdoor recreation. Now when it comes to outdoor activities, Garmin actually makes a ton of different products. You will not even imagine these guys. So basically, it's not just the smartwatches. This is also where Garmin's GPS technology becomes super helpful. Now you can think along the lines of an adventure seeker. For instance, Garmin makes satellite powered communication devices that actually allow people to send emergency requests wherever they are, especially in areas with no telco signal. Now, these sort of walkie-talkies can actually allow groups or organizations to stay connected with one another regardless of where they are. Now, there's also the personal navigation devices that Garmin makes, such as GPS units, and this is actually made for all kinds of vehicles like your cars, your planes, as well as your boats. Alright, so speaking about this, Garmin is actually super prominent not just in air but also in the marine space. Now in the US themselves, this is actually what I just found out. They actually have thousands of planes where people just fly from one spot to another spot like super frequently. So imagine us in Malaysia where we just take a taxi or a Grab car. So in the US, they're actually flying from state to state simply because their country is just so much bigger than us. Now this is where you will actually see Garmin's GPS units, and I actually had a chance to actually go on a very quick flight through Kansas City actually. And this is where when I first stepped into the plane, I noticed that there was a lot of different kind of tablets showing all kinds of different kind of data. This includes your navigation, your communication, flight control, in-flight hazard avoidance, even the weather radar, and also autopilot. Now moving on to the marine side of things, Garmin's technology also allows people such as anglers, sailors, or boat enthusiasts to learn more about their surroundings. Now for instance, what we saw at Garmin was their live scanning sonar that people actually use for open water and ice fishing. Now the sonar itself helps them to locate where the fish are and essentially makes the job so much easier. Other than that, Garmin also makes the trolling motors to help people increase their chances of fishing on water, and basically this is all about using technology to find the fish. Obviously, Garmin also makes the navigation as well as camera systems that allows the boaters to navigate their boats as well as allow them to park their boats even more easier, just like how you would do with your car with that 360-degree parking. Imagine that the boat is so big and they're trying to park in a very tight space. So this is where Garmin's tech actually helps them to park their boats properly. Now last but not least, one thing that I did not know was made by Garmin was actually the integrated systems on cars like BMW as well as Mini. Now just think about this. If you're using your smartphone, you might be using an iOS device or an Android device, and that's actually like the platform itself. So BMW and Mini, their vehicles, whatever you see on the dashboards, the entire integrated system is actually made by Garmin. Now with Garmin's expertise, they are actually able to integrate all kinds of infotainment solutions, cloud services, cameras, as well as more different kinds of cool tech to give the drivers the perfect in-car infotainment. Now this actually ranges from in-car controls to help the driver all the way to entertainment for the passengers. Now at the end of the day, it was actually a huge eye-opener for me to see what Garmin has been doing in the space. Now although some of the tech like auto OEM is not something we can see and know at first glance, Garmin's fitness segment is larger than ever before. Furthermore, in the US, Garmin is actually one of the leaders when it comes to GPS navigation products related to aviation and marine. Now with that said, that pretty much wraps up my very quick trip and what I learned over the 2.5 days at Garmin's HQ. Again, if you want to find out more about Garmin's products and what they do, I'll drop a link down below. Thank you for watching this video and joining me on this journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Do take care and stay safe. Bye bye.